Hey team, Chef Eric here, hope you're well. Today is about big, bold flavors. I'm talking baked brie, gooey, delicious stuff with puff pastry, painted with egg wash. It's gonna be gorgeous, a blackberry compote to sweeten it up, and then some really fun garnishes. Toffee, pretzel, chocolate, salted caramel chocolate, apples. We're gonna be dipping in this stuff, making a mess. Let's do it. Before we get a bunch of flour on the cutting board, I want to go ahead and slice my apple. You know, I want to go ahead and do this, but we got to be quick because we don't want it to oxidize. This is one of those functional garnishes in the fact that it brings a little sweetness, but it's also a dipper, right? It's got enough firmness to be functional in the fact that we can dip it in that gorgeous melty brie. And you know, you've heard me say it before, we look for those textural contrasts. Well, this is just that, and it's not only textural contrast, but the flavor profile too is going to give us that little bit of tartness that hits you back there, makes you smile, and you don't even know why, right? I'll show you.
Except you do know why.
Yeah, I do know why. Well, my chocolate's melting, so we're not going to put it in there. I'm going to kick this in the freezer real quick, and then we're going to get working on our puff pastry. Puff pastry. It's baking made easy with this stuff. Ready to bake. You get 2 sheets per box, and you want it cool but thawed out. And before we put it down on this cutting board, it's hot out here today, so we're gonna put a little bit of flour down because otherwise it's gonna stick. And we got this really big wheel, and I love these big wheels of brie, okay? And this is 70% triple cream. I've had it sitting out here in the sun. It feels pliable already, so I'm excited about that. You know what? This is like the equivalent of a chocolate lava cake, yeah, for people who love savory things. And we're putting a little sweetness with it too, but just seeing it burst and all that delicious flavor going all over the place is half the excitement. So we got our nice pieces of puff here. Let's just go ahead and do 2 pieces because we got a big wheel here. They sell the smaller wheels of brie, which are fun to work with, but I just want to make sure we can cover this whole entire thing. So what I'm going to do is just barely overlay this. Notice how I'm about, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to use my fingers to just kind of draw. And look how that is going to make one sheet for us. And as we roll this, it'll go further together. But we're good. And now we've got 1 piece of puff pastry, so easy peasy. A little flour on top. I've got my French rolling pin. And you know, some of us are intimidated to bake on the grill. I'll remind you, it's just a heat source whose fuel adds flavor. So you're gonna get a lot more flavor doing a baked brie on your grill than you would inside in your oven. There's no question about it. Using that natural lump charcoal is just going to instill a lot of flavor, and in your guests they're gonna be like, what in the world is that? And your secret weapon was doing it on the grill. So look at that. But now I'm liking what I see. We're gonna cut into this brie. Leave the rind on. Do not take that rind off. Don't cut the top off of it, none of that. You're just gonna go straight onto the center. Now in the grill, we macerated some blackberries, put a little sugar on it, use that fork to kind of squish it around a little bit. 10 minutes on the grill till it cooks down just to thicken up a little bit. That's gonna go right on top of our brie before we wrap it in the puff pastry. Oh, look at that. To thicken up a little bit more. I'm thinking if we cool it down slightly, it'll get right to where we want it. Now that this has cooled down a little bit, we're gonna use our spoon and just dump it right on top. This sweet and savory combination is just so much fun. We talk so much about balance, but you know, sometimes when you can bounce different profiles back and forth and kind of contrast each other, it's fun too. It's like, whoa, where'd that come from? Whoa, you know. Let's talk about folding this. I start with one corner. And now I'm gonna bring this other corner all the way over. And notice how I've got a nice little peak here. We're gonna use our karate chop hand. And we're gonna bring this one to the center. Now bring this one over and continually smoothen that out. And we can fold this over. And then one last shot right here. And that's gonna look so nice when we paint it with the egg wash. All right, so this is a Lodge cast iron skillet, 12 inches, and that does fit on the inside the dome of a Classic. I'm gonna put just a little bit of oil in the bottom. Use our pastry brush. And again, since I've got this at room temperature, I gotta be really careful. I've got 2 spatulas. And I'm just gonna gently slide without tearing. And we're gonna sneak right onto there. Oh, this looks way better. I'm glad I thought of this. Just kidding. We're gonna make a little egg wash. Not adding water to this, not just using the yolk. Just take 1 egg, whip it up. And the reason we coat this with an egg wash is just to give it that beautiful golden color. I mean, it would look nice this way, but that extra protein on the outside is like a quick race to the Maillard reaction. So we get nice even browning, that golden color. You know me, I'm gonna get my freaking hands in it. And just paint that top. If you have a pastry brush, feel free to use that. You can also, if you're worried that it might undo a little bit, just paint a little there and push on. And I get the sides a little bit too. All right, so we've got our grill at 400 to 425 degrees, and we're ready to go. I mean, this couldn't be any simpler. That's pretty cool already. You don't want that, you know, that's why you don't use your freaking fingers, guys. I was telling you.
The guy was saying.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get a little paper towel because that's a little excessive. That's a little omelet on top of our Brie, which nobody likes that, okay? All right, so let's open our lid. Got direct grill. Right on. Now we wait. Yeah, this is the part that I don't get about baking. That's why I like culinary. Go, 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 go. But amazing things are happening. That Brie is gonna get all soupy. It's gonna be encapsulated in that nice puff pastry. We've got the chocolate that's not being soup out here in the sun. That's gonna be a nice contrast of bitterness and saltiness. We got the apples. We got some raspberries or framboise that we're gonna sprinkle around there for a little color. And then when we break into, I even got some crackers. When we break into it, it's just gonna, the madness, enter the madness. Okay, so let's check back in on it, 25 minutes. Oh yeah. Looks like we sprang a little leak in the back. That is A-okay. This is stunning. Right on the board. That's so much fun. I think we need to stick a knife in there and pop it and watch it go, eh? Right there. That's what I'm talking about. Get a little apple in there. That's crazy. Salty, savory, tangy from the apple. I want to kind of saw into the middle here. See if we can find some of those preserves we made. This is like a freaking party in a pan. Totally different when you hit the raspberries. That sweetness, that is freaking gorgeous. We gotta finish this thing up. So this is like freaking cheese soup in the end. I mean, it's just gorgeous. And all the other fun dipping things, each bringing a unique experience, texture, flavor, all that. But I think it's important to have 4 or 5 of these in your back pocket at all times. Minimal effort, maximum flavor, and just being able to pick up that natural lump charcoal flavor out of this was just fantastic as well. So I know you can do this in the oven. I implore you, bring some of those things that you've done inside for years out to the grill. Have some fun with those 4 or 5 things that you love to bake and try them on the grill. If you enjoyed this as much as we did, don't forget to subscribe, like, do leave us a comment. And from our backyard to yours, cheers and happy grilling.